Hey everybody, it's Proud Drew Dracy, and I'm back with more fun comics from the spinner rack. Well, at the end of the show, the last comic will be the yet unprinted, reprinted Incredible Hulk 296, where the Hulk and ROM face off. I'm saving that for last in case you want to stop, in case you don't want to know, but it's either Christmas or New Year's is when the third and final ROM omnibus will be out. It's interesting is the series is neatly broken down into like 75 issues and 4 annuals. So you get 25 issues, of ROM, and then maybe a crossover or two with Power Man and Iron Fist, and then Hulk. But this one has not shown up yet because ROM 55 had come out the same month, so this will be coming out. There was a Epic collection that was called, I can't remember what it's called, I'm sorry. I think it's called, I don't know. It actually reprints this issue, but it takes out the pages with ROM and it gives you text about an alien who came down, and it kind of fills you in, but here we're going to finally get the whole deal. Doomsday+1. I previewed a different issue this while back, and this is early John Byrne, and I love the color. I mean, he did his own coloring on that stuff, and it's interesting to see someone who's like just transitioning out of being a fan into being a pro and a really big time. He's inking himself, a story by Joe Gill, who he had the record, excuse me, of the most comics written, and the record was broken recently by Chuck Dixon, who has done stuff for 40 plus years. Byrne Robotics is coloring. No, he's doing the art, so he's penciling and inking himself. What an establishing shot! Wow. It's like you could sort of, there's a lot of jibber jabber and all that, but the storytelling is just really, really amazing. This fish guy with the bowl on his head. That sort of looks like Man-Thing-ish there, or like The Thing. So, Kodo Kill. He's a barbarian who ended up somehow in the future. And the funniest thing about this series is this came out in 75, and Fantagraphics, which publishes the Comics Journal, man, they gave Marvel so much shit in the 80s, and they put down John Byrne. They did all this stuff. Marvel was evil, and I get it with the Kirby art thing. That was a big bad mistake that Marvel did, but they did a lot of solid things too. But Gary Groth, he had it out for Marvel at the same time, though. He published reprints of Doomsday+1. And I'm like, oh, okay, now you played both sides of the fence, okay. And then there was Amazing Heroes, published by Fantagraphics, which was all about reviews, interviews, and just fun stuff coming up in future comics. Anyway, I just think that's kind of funny. But although I love the Comics Journal, it was sort of like, this is the text pages to qualify the comic for second-class shipping, back when the newsstands ruled. And I'm going to jump into Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom. You might know him from Valiant, but he wasn't created by Valiant. Gold Key had him, Magnus Robot Fighter, and Turok. And Gold Key was a shoot-off of Dell Comics, which this was more like, I don't know how to put it. It's more like cartoon characters and superheroes, and Dell was more into doing serious biographies and doing more than that, just that. And Dell, I mean, look at that. I loved how they do that. They always did that. I'll just show you the cover without the copy. The art is sharp, but check this out. Knowledge of iron, steel, the rolling process. It's showing you how the print. Isn't that great? So the story is actually the least good thing about this. It's just kind of, it's there. It's a solid story, but it's just too polite. You know, it doesn't get the blood burning. I bought the first issue of Dark Horse's hardcover collection. They were collecting issues of Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom. They reprinted all the Nexus books by Mike Barron, and they reprinted a whole bunch of other stuff. But I had one of them, and I don't know. The art was beautiful. I don't think it was the same artist, though, because this one's a little too polite and too samey, I guess, from panel to panel. But the one I had before, Secret Forum. Oh, I think a letters page. And you got Cheerios commercial by Rocky and Bullwinkle. Such a great cartoon. Is it worth flipping? Yeah. Okay, the Raptures of Space. This interrupts the main story. And I don't know who did this art. It's really, really moody. I really like the moody art. I gotta look up who it is sometime. I don't know. This is part 2. Meteor from 1 million BC. Is that what I said? I don't care enough to go back. That is really sensational stuff there. Really great. But Man of the Atom, I mean, Solar, he's just kind of doty-doing. It's just not riveting. I'm not asking to have like a bunch of people to punch. It's all plot and no real excitement, except for maybe the atomic explosion. But even that's kind of treated, another day at the office. Now, speaking of doctors, Dr. Strange with a beautiful John Romita cover, or is it actually it might be Gil Kane and Tom Palmer, but with a redraw of the face by John Romita. I would bank on that. So this came out April when? April 1975. So that means it came out like January or February. What's really cool, I selected this because you have two polar opposite artists working in tandem. Gene Colan, known for halftones, impressionistic type art, and John Romita, who is a solid linear type artist. And it's very interesting. It's weird. I mean, I love it, but I don't know. I love it. It's just very weird. I'm so used to him being inked by Klaus Janson or Tom Palmer in various books. Tom Palmer famously in Tomb of Dracula. So it's interesting to see like these hard shading choices that Romita Sr. is making. But it's a great smile here. I mean, as silly as that face is, that's an old Ditko character, back when he was doing wild stuff. I love these things at the bottom. John Kowalski screams, "My love must die," and learns once more that war is hell. So, really neat stuff here. My only hang up about Colan's later Doctor Strange stuff is his spells were not really elaborate. It was always just swirls and lines. It was, that's very different for him, but he tends to just almost like when somebody comes out of the fog, really interesting stuff. I love it as a, how can I say, artifact? I don't know. I don't want to dismiss it, but it works. It's just so wild. Oh, there's that Guardian with the I-beams checking everybody out, seeing if you're 21 to get inside, if you're allowed to have a beer. Oh, here, strange males. Peter Sanderson, one of the architects of the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, with Mark Grunwald and Mike Carlin and Elliot Brown. So I'm digging on this. It's weird, but in a good way. It's just so wild. Enough with my redundant adjectives. I'll just let the art speak. Clea. That's a very romantic Ramita face there. So there's that. And next to the Avengers, part of the Avengers Defenders War. Beautiful Cap cover. Like that. You'll never guess the identity of our mystery supervillain. I don't think I've ever seen a sneaky supervillain grab an object and take it off the page. It's kind of funny that way. Don't you think it's kind of funny that way? So, Captain America. This is when Bob Brown was drawing it. Steve Englehart, what's amazing is he took over Avengers right after Roy Thomas did it for almost 100 issues. Actually, yeah, about that. And then Steve Englehart took over for a long time, like 50 issues. But the thing is, he was writing Avengers, but then he also started writing Defenders, which in its infancy, it was like issue, 3 or 4. And then he wanted to do a summer special, like a bi-weekly adventure and it would be a fight between Avengers versus Defenders, matchups. And, Roy Thomas was like, that sounds good, but you better make your schedule. Which, it was good advice, I mean, it's so, I love that lettering, look at that. June Braverman. I wonder what happened to her. But she did great logos. So, Avengers and the Defenders are fighting it out. Oh no, I didn't mean to have. It's like Loki's acting like such a wuss. He's like trying to advise Dormammu, but he's also afraid. So we got the Swordsman versus Valkyrie. Love that lineup. Love that thing. And Swordsman's totally filled with doubt. He just, he joined the Avengers, but he just he's just nervous that he's going to do right by them. Valkyrie takes out the plane. Somehow Swordsman lands. We see this old castle. So what? Great action scene. Look at that. Look at that posture. Threats from a man with a pretty mustache. For information, I haven't found the eye yet. And where the Valkyrie walks is something you have absolute control over. I love that. Look at that. An Errol Flynn type battle at the bottom panel. And they hang on to the drapes. And he cuts them. You slit the tapestry, we're falling. It's like, doesn't need exposition on that. It's kind of clear. Whoa. What happened? Did I miss a page? I guess I did. Maybe. Let's see. Today it's 10. Bad printing. There we go. Yeah, I did. So it's really kind of cool to see Swordsman really come out and do something as an Avenger. But he gets taken out by some dirty miscreant who, I just had to say it. You shot me. You're not getting away with it. So he stabs the guy. Funny to be the gentleman rogue and die at the hands of scum like him. No justice anymore. And she's going to tend to his wounds. That guy is there for a reason. I don't remember. So if you remember, write down below. But she says, I salute you as a gallant foe. If you were conscious, I think you'd like that. Captain America having a showdown with Submariner. Badass. Esposito's inking it. But it seems kind of sharp. It almost looks like Frank McLaughlin, but I'm likely wrong. Who knows? Submariner comes down there, and he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, try it. And the eye here's the eye, is arrogance. I love it. The next move is yours, Avenger. Okay, neighbor. Oh. I've always liked this this cover because on the logo on side actual cover it says, by this axe I rule, and I'm like, that sounds like a heavy metal cover. Name of a heavy metal album. So how about this? Wow. Now recently Steve Englehart, who's writing Captain America, gave Cap super strength as a result of the Viper's poison mixing in with his super soldier serum. So that's how he could do that sort of thing at the time. It eventually went away, but they're going to say we tried to take off. I love that. Look at that. That's my middle name. Look at that. And they're tussling, and then here comes Sunfire. Cap takes off. It's like you admire his guts because they're nowhere near the weight class, even with his, increased strength. Love that. Subby slams into Sunfire. There goes the evil eye to be collected, and it's Cap. I'm out of here. Your choice, Avenger. Shall I have the eye peacefully or through further violence? Well, alright, Namor, I still don't understand, but that's not the point. There's too much here that doesn't make sense in this war between the Avengers and the Defenders. So they take off, and there's, but it was very successful, and I can't even imagine how many times it has been reprinted in so many formats. Like 25 years it's been. Okay, here's the Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I like Bill Sienkiewicz a lot, but that's so silly. That's like a leg of a ballerina. It should be some big honking leg in the foreground, It's like he's on stilts. But I like it nonetheless. It's just that's a little wacky. So now you got Sima and Gary Talek at this time, who really, really, I don't know who he is, but he did some beautiful stuff over Sal. And then I think he went on to ink Mike Mignola when when the Hulk and Alpha Flight switched teams. Oh. The Hammer and the Hulk. See, this stuff was reprinted in that proto-epic, but beyond that, there's like lines that are probably impressionable on a young Art Adams. And Sal's like going full out on the pencils here. One thing I think is really cool about this was like 2 or 3 years prior to this, like in ROM number 20 or something, there was other people talking about encountering this Hulk. Like there was a villain who'd fought the Hulk, the missing link, in issue 29, and he had mentioned a Hulk, and the Hulk got mentioned several times, like throughout the course of a couple of years, and ROM was like, will I ever meet this Hulk, and will we be allies or enemies? And like that was like such a great slow payoff. It was really worth. And when he showed up, then okay, I'm sounding like a moron. Those big dark eyes, and here comes ROM, greatest of the Space Knights. Kind of humble there, not, but he is. Here's the neutralizer, and it cures these people of gamma radiation. I really like hang on a second. Sorry, gang. I really love like the line work in that middle panel. I just love it. I love when people use that. So the fight goes on and fight, but then ROM shows up, and then this was taken over with text. And the Hulk comes back to his senses because at the time he had the brain of Bruce Banner, but after the Secret Wars, it really tested him and, broke his leg for a while. And and at the time he was going out with his assistant Kate. And she's a character I want to do an episode on because she's fallen down in memory well as well. Because everybody thinks, oh, Betty, Betty, Betty. But, sleep, my child, and peace attend thee. Power Pack ad. So there you go, everybody. Now you just gotta wait half a year for the finished product. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please mark them below. Please hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Leave whatever comments you want, even if they're contrary to what I think. I just did an episode on Roy Thomas and Wolverine, and I had separate opinions, like diverging opinions, and I click like just because I prove that they're involved. I mean, I'm not saying one way or the other. You have to take my word for it when you watch the episode. But it's on Drew Dracy Comics, and it's called The Wolverine Roy Thomas Conundrum. But like I said, I never delete any, somebody who disagrees with me. You're more than welcome. That's it. We're just here for comics, and much love. Bye.